Okay, I'm just going to do this quick video of how I thin my acrylic paints using either, an alcohol mix that I mix myself, which I keep in this little bottle here, which is 1 part Boots Surgical Spirits, 5 parts water, window cleaner, sorry, and 5 parts water, which I mix up in here, and I'll be showing you how to thin a alcohol-based paint, which is the Tamiya colour. I'll be showing you the Vallejo Model Colour Smoke, Air Colour, Standard Ink, and this one I'll be showing you what happens if you try and thin this with the mix. You have to use pure alcohol for this stuff. Okay, so first of all we'll do the Tamiya colour. This is my wet palette, by the way. I might have to just put the camera down because I'm actually using my phone at the moment because I can't be bothered to go into the filming room and rig everything up. This is just a quick video for some people on a forum. Okay, hopefully that should be safe up on top of there. Okay. So let me just grab a quick brush. That one will do. Okay. That's our purple paint there. From Tamiya. For those who don't know, Tamiya paint is an alcohol-based paint, so just take a little drip of this. And that's already to the consistency of airbrushing. Okay, so just find something to paint this on. It's quite thin. Add a little bit more paint to that. This hasn't been primed or anything, this is just a piece of spare plastic I'm kicking about. So there you go, that's that. Okay, now we're going to do the same with the Model Colour. This is Model Colour Smoke, by the way. I tend to use this as a wash more than anything. This is a very nice wash colour for weathering up. Anyways, so a little drip of this. Really well thinned, no clogging, no nothing. Doesn't gel up. Okay. Model Air, which is finely milled particles designed specifically for airbrushing. You can put this straight in your airbrush, but I always add just 1 drip of my alcohol mix to it just to help it flow a bit better. My airbrush. Again, no clogging or anything on there. Comes out very thin. Also, this stuff increases the drying time, so it's not very good to thin paints if you're going to be doing blending with it. Okay, an ink. Okay, I don't know if any of you use the Vallejo inks, but they are very, very potent colours. Okay, so that's that thinned. I'll have to find a miniature to paint this on, because it's not going to show up on the plastic. It'll just pull. Give me 1 second. Find something. Ah, you'll do. A headless Pegasus Knight. As you can see, very good coverage there. No. Okay. So this is the Vallejo Liquid Gold range. This is incredibly similar to, I think you have a company in America that sells them called Alkalide paints. This is very similar to those. This is the Vallejo version. Okay, I'll put this on my wet palette because I know for a fact that this will just turn into a big jelly blob. Stuff is, I haven't used this in quite a while, so it's like gold leaf in a bottle really. Very nice for doing gold detail works on your models. Okay, it's a bit better. Okay, as you can see, because I haven't actually added anything to this paint, it's already starting to clump up a little bit. There. It's purely because there's just water under this palette. It's a wet palette, so it actually pulls water through it, keeps your paints wet. As soon as I add this mixture to it, if you see that, it's gone into like a big, gloopy, globule, horrible mess. But if we do the same procedure, just palette out of the way, and we just add a little tiny bit of this to this little trough thing I've got here. I have to swap my camera rig over. My camera is currently sat on top of my Surgical Spirits bottle. Actually, I need to find something a little bit higher to rest you on. Rest on top of that. Yeah, right. A little bit of the Surgical Spirits. This isn't working out quite as I thought it would, because it's not been shaken up a lot for a while, for a long time. I can't remember the last gold I used this on. Ah, there we go, that's better. Okay, as you can see, the Surgical Spirits has not at all gelled up this paint. It's perfectly thinned. It's a very nice paint when it's dry. Just put this on the Pegasus's other wing, and you can see goes on just like gold leaf. Once this stuff has dried, it's very good paint. Although I would advise not putting this to an airbrush. I have tried, it's a it works, but it's a nightmare to clean. There we go. Just dab that on there. The more you move it, the pigments will come to the surface. I found with this. So if you just leave it for a while, it will dry out perfectly, and you will end up with a nice bright gold colour left over. So that's how I thin most of my paints, or I use this stuff, Vallejo Thinner Medium. That's what I use usually for thinning my paints, because it actually gives them a much harder sheen and you don't need to varnish them as much. But for most of my paints I use the alcohol mix, because you can't use the alcohol mix, the thinner with Tamiya paints or washes really, because it kind of separates them out a bit and it kind of doesn't work very well with them. But that's how I thin most of my paints now. That's almost dried now. As you can see, no colour loss whatsoever in that. So I hope this helps you guys.